Southgate, for your sake, you best hope that you pull out a win. For your sake, you best hope you pull out a win, or else you may get rushed in on the street. Or you may need to look over your shoulder. Because to pull out a lineup like that against a Croatian side that is still talented, you have to hope and pray that you don't lose. Now, if you draw, you'll still get criticized. If you lose this game, he's gone full Pep. Southgate has gone full Pep. And it's so crazy that we all knew that this is the English Frank de Boer. We all knew that this guy's England's Achilles heel. We all knew that, okay. See, there's one thing, not like you being a manager that doesn't really do anything interesting, that you lack skills. It's another thing when you are actively trying to break out your team. Because there's one thing where this guy is not really picking the right guys. We don't know what he's doing. And there's another thing where you're playing, because I thought that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Trippier is left-footed. I say, have I been seeing things? Am I not sure? So I had to basically go into Twitter to say, wait, maybe I've got something wrong. But no, half up, you're right. Trippier is a right back and he's right-footed. So Lord only knows what the heck is going down. And let's look at this lineup, guys. Let's check this out. That's England's lineup right there. So Pickford in goal, Walker, Stones, Tyrone Mings, Trippier at left back, Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice, 2 CDMs, Foden, Mount, and Sterling with Harry Kane. For Croatia, I think this might be, I think this is obviously because obviously they've changed keepers right now, so it's in a new keeper, which could be an advance for England. Livakovic, Vardio, Kaleta, Vida, Versalco. So obviously I think those two guys are new. Kovacic, Brozovic, Modric. Perisic, Rebic, Kramaric. You see, when you look at that midfield, and I think because I was listening to some guys do like a preview and stuff, because so Southgate's thinking that if I play 2 CDMs, that is what will be a buffer against this midfield. But as this guy this guy was saying on this build-up show, is that sometimes the best way to defend is to keep the ball. Like that is what Spain did back in 2010. Like peak Spain was that we don't actually have to do that much defending because we have the ball so much of the time. So when we lose the ball, we press really high. And once we have the ball, we have it for 10 to 15 minutes and we just wear the other team down. So having possession is a good way of conserving energy and also tiring the other team out. Because the other team has to run. And once they get the ball, because they're so used to not having the ball, once they get the ball, they don't even know what to do when they have the ball because they're not used to having the ball. Because this midfield, against a midfield of Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice, obviously with Mount, Sterling and Foden coming back, bro, Croatia are going to have possession. So now, possession doesn't equate to you winning the game. It doesn't equate to you winning the game, but it's a great foundation to build off of. It's a really good foundation to build off of, man. So, I mean, you see, and guys, I'll keep it real with you. Sterling is starting because he has an MBE from the English Queen. Simple as that. There's nothing to be, because the English Queen gave Sterling an MBE for his anti-racism work. That is why he's starting. So he's there for political appearance reasons. That's why he's there, 100%. So Sterling or Rashford were going to come in there. If this was purely football, purely on a football meritocratic level for football meritocracy, Sterling doesn't start this game. So you are going with either Sancho or Grealish. Probably Grealish out on the left. Grealish, Mount, Foden. Okay, let's go. Or you roll with it's Sancho. For me, I would start both Sancho and Grealish, man. You know, that's just me for my preference. I mean, shout out to Foden and all these dudes, but I'll start those guys. I mean, look, Foden, Mount has a start. You know, like he's effective, and Foden, look, I mean, he's the young quality kid. So see, my thing is that maybe Henderson isn't fully fit. So he's gone with Phillips in that CDM role with Declan Rice. But my thing is, this tells me that it's England are not here to play football. They're just here to pump the ball up to the attack and then try to hit them. So England's tactic here is allow Croatia to come onto them and then use the speed of Sterling and Foden to hit them on the break and use the passing ability of Mount to bring in Sterling, Foden, and you have to go Walker and Trippier who are quick and everything. But let's Trippier. All I ask is this of Southgate is you have Chilwell and you have Shaw. Luke Shaw has had a pretty damn good season as a natural left back. Because Trippier, you'll be going up against Kramaric, who's high. You see, if I am the Croatian manager because remember, you can't see the lineup of people and stuff. You see, if I'm the Croatian manager and I see this England lineup, I'm saying, Kramaric, you go left, Perisic, you go right. I will say no, I am putting Perisic on Trippier because I want to put my most dangerous wide player against a guy who is playing in his unnatural position. So if I'm the manager of Croatia, if I'm Dalic, I'm like, bro, make that switch. So obviously you've got Pasalic in there as well that can come on. I think really Pasalic is the only guy that I really know. I think Petkovic might be the keeper. But yeah, Shaw, Grealish, so Henderson is on the bench, Rashford is on the bench. Like, it's a pretty strong bench. You see, my thing is that why wouldn't you have why play two CDMs? Two CDMs and you're at the crib. It's not as if like you're playing away from home and you're playing at the crib and you're playing two CDMs. So you're basically saying that we're trash and we just want to counter you. That's all that you're saying. You see, my thing is that, guys, this may work. This may work. I mean, it did work for Pep. But for Southgate, this may work. But for Southgate, this is especially this being your opening game and so forth, this is a very bold formation to go out with. But you know what is funny? It makes me think of what Red Devil said. What if, and this is what I'll go give credit to Red Devil. What if he is doing this because he purposefully wants to throw this game so that England can finish either second or third and avoid those people? If he's done this on purpose because he wants to lose this game, then I'll be like, okay, then this guy needs to be jailed. This guy needs to be jailed. But I mean, see, guys, football is a funny thing, man. Football is a funny thing. We can't predict what's going to happen. We can't predict the future. So who knows? It may work. It just may work. But I have to just react to what I'm saying. So what I'm saying here is Croatia will have the ball. So it's a case of how creative can Modric be and how dangerous can Modric be, because it's going to be a very easy game. Basically, it's going to be a very relaxing game for Modric, Brozovic, and so forth. Because Croatia knows that we won't have to chase England around, because England are just going to play quick and fast and rush the ball. But Croatia knows that we can take our time, we can move the ball around, and we don't have to waste our energy trying to run around England, because England are not going to keep the ball. And they're not really going to move the ball around for long periods of time. Obviously, they'll have possession, but you'll have to say that Croatia will have a higher percentage of possession than England. So now it's about, for Croatia, is what will you do with that possession? Because I think England started to be like, yeah, you can have the ball, but we just believe that with our two CDMs in front of our back four, that is a strong enough buffer for you. And I think, you see, the key thing for Croatia is a huge miss is Mandzukic. Mandzukic is a huge, massive miss, Because my thing is that Rebic is not really a striker. I think Rebic, is much stronger as a flank player. So playing him, because remember, Rebic is also small as well. So the issue with that Croatian thing is there's not a lot of height. But as I'm looking at that 4-3-3, it tells me that there's going to be lots of movement. So I think Dalic is saying, you know what, it's going to be about moving the ball on the ground and trying to now go through. So maybe Southgate's thinking is that if you just plug the gaps, make it difficult, ensure that Croatia can't play through them, then boom. Because Croatia's crossing ain't going to amount to anything because they don't have a tall player or players good up in there. So Croatia will play very much a passing game. And for England, it's really about getting the ball to the flanks. You see, but here's my thing. You see, this is where Southgate, I don't know whether you're thinking straight. So let's say England have an overload on the left-hand side, and then Trippier is on the overlap. Can Trippier cross first time with his left foot? Or will he have to keep on coming onto his right and then cross? It is so. I mean, because you could have a great overlap 3-on-3. Trippier's on the left foot. Like Mount gives him a through ball. Will Trippier be able, with his left foot, put in a good quality cross first time into the box for Kane with his left foot? I don't know. So why wouldn't you go with a Chilwell or a Luke Shaw who are natural left footers, natural left backs, and they can obviously play the ball through? So, listen, my only thinking here is maybe Southgate did this because he just wanted to respond to the critics, or he's doing this to try to throw the game. But look, if this works, if England win, it's the same thing with Pep and Man City. Like if City had beaten Chelsea, Pep is the man. If England win this game, people are no Southgate, you're a freaking genius. But you're rolling the dice here, But for me, you see, I'm still sticking with a 1-1. I'm still sticking with a 1-1. But this England lineup, man, is wild, man. Because look, Croatia, I see Kovacic, Brozovic, and Brozovic was money for Inter this season. Kovacic, when he wants to see, my thing is that Kovacic with Jorginho and Kant is different from Kovacic with Modric and Brozovic, because in those three you've got quality passers, high technically football players. And guys, the best player on this pitch is Modric. On this pitch, the best player on this entire pitch will be Luka Modric. Even at his age of big 35, 36, he will be the most talented player on this pitch. So for Croatia, if these guys can just plug in the gaps and can be clever, it's how clever they can be in our final third and whether they could find those little pockets. So they're looking for those little pockets, those nice little passes. If they can find those pockets, they could cause England some issues, man. So wow. So guys, look, man, join me on Twitch, man. Guys, join me on Twitch for this for this game. I will be on Twitch. I'll be live on Twitch with this game, man. I mean, all right, let me see what some of you guys are saying, man. All right, let's see. How the F is bloody Calvin Phillips starting? And my only thinking is Henderson can't be fully fit. That's it. But here's the thing, though, and this is what I always say: if Henderson isn't fully fit, should he? Well, I suppose if it's a 26-man squad, everybody's on the bench, though. So, but my thing is that maybe Henderson isn't fully fit. That's my thing. It's like it has to be because if Henderson is fit enough, there is no reason why Henderson isn't starting in this game. This is why I hate right-footed left backs. They're always checking on their strong foot. Such a stupid decision on the start Chilwell or Shaw. See, bro, I would love to get into Southgate's brain. You see, this is when obviously I'm missing the whole thing because they normally interview guys. I wish Southgate would say, okay, what was your thinking here? Even if you've seen Trippier do this in training, why would you do this in your first game against the strongest opponent in your group? See, do this against Scotland or Czech Republic. Against Croatia, you want to start off on your strongest foot and you want to play your strongest team and plays in your strongest position. Because if you look at Croatia, everybody knows their role. 4-3-3, we know our role. Nothing crazy, boom, cool. I mean, apart from Rebic as striker, who might be new, but see, Rebic, I think Croatia are going with a false nine. I think they're going. So Rebic isn't a striker. I think you're going to see loads of movements in that three. So nobody is out of their element. Has Trippier ever played left back? That's my thing. Has he ever played left back? Um, right. Ish, what do you think about Uncle Ben even making the bench? Oh, oh, what? Wait. Oh, snap. Okay, so yeah, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, wow. So yeah, 23, 23. So obviously, it's 26 man squad. Wow, wow, okay. Chilwell doesn't even make the bench. Wow. So it goes to my point. If Henderson is on the bench, that means he's fit enough to play. So if you're not starting with him, man, bro, yes, because you're playing it is very risky to be this negative. It's very risky to be this negative. Jude Bellingham is a passer who can work well against the press and can help give you some position in midfield. That's midfield. There is not a single quality. There's not a controller in that midfield. There's not a natural central midfielder who can pass the ball. Basically, there isn't a Kovacic Modric equivalent. I'm not saying Jude Bellingham is as good as Kovacic or Modric, but he's in the same ilk. I.e., he's a guy who can move the ball around, pass the ball, and do that in central midfield. Mount is an attack-minded player. Foden, attack-minded player. Sterling, attack-minded player. Rice and Phillips, defensive-minded player. England are going into this game without a natural central midfielder. And my thing as well is, who is the creator? Who is the intelligent, creative passer here? See, Mount is effective when he goes forward, but Mount doesn't have the creative brain of a Grealish who is going to try and make things happen. Like, they're trying to make some creative things happen. So, I mean, look, bro. He said Phillips is a better passer. Okay, then we'll see. Then we'll see. Because see, okay, I'm not saying because I've seen Jude Bellingham. And my thing is that has Calvin Phillips been able to, because Jude Bellingham bowled against Man City in a UCL. So bowling in the EPL isn't the same as bowling in a knockouts game in the UCL against a Pep Guardiola team that presses you. So that is why, for me, I don't care what Calvin Phillips has done. Jude Bellingham's performance in both legs against a Pep Guardiola Man City side said, no, this kid is different. This kid is different. You know, this kid is different. This dude Southgate's gonna F up my Sorito, man. I'm doing trash in our fantasy league, man. I mean, you see, if they had shown me this formation, I'd be like, okay, let me change my thingy. Because right now, see, guys, England may just end up winning this game. England may just end up winning this game. Who knows? Who knows? They could just end up winning this game. Red Devil, maybe you're late. I just quoted you. I quoted you, bro. I quoted you by saying that, yeah. Red Devil said that England may try to throw this game. So, guys, maybe this may be conspiracy theorist, but maybe he's trying to throw this game because he wants to finish second and third, which would be trash because this lineup tells me he wants to throw the freaking game. YSK Jacks, oh Lord. He said that the Jags in Man is signing them papers, oh Lord. Wait, is Sancho on? Wait. Sancho's not on the bench? Sancho is not on the bench. And obviously, that's obviously a joke by YSK, but to ISK, I saw he's in the stadium, he's in the vicinity. From Ralph Legros, thank you, bro. He's shoehorning Trippier in to take set pieces. And Ralph, that is completely and utterly stupid. If you're shoehorning a guy into the wrong position to take set pieces, that is completely and utterly idiotic. That is completely and utterly idiotic. That is completely and utterly idiotic. Wait, is this guy on crack? Wait, let me tweet this out. Is he on crack? Is this dude on crack cocaine? Wait, is Southgate on crack cocaine? 2 goalkeepers and no Sancho in the squad? What? I'm not saying he's prime Figo. He's good enough to make the squad. he should be in the team. I mean, I'll put in the team. He should make the squad. Guys, look. Maybe they win it. See, guys, now I'm excited. Now I can't wait for this game. Guys, join me on Twitch. Join me on Twitch. Head over to Twitch right now. I will be here on kickoff. I'm going to get a meal. And guys, I cannot wait for this game. I cannot wait for this game. Because you know what? England are winning this game. I dare England to lose. I dare Southgate to lose this game. I dare this battle. Especially, if you lose this game, you're getting rushed. You will get rushed on the bloody street. So, nah, they'll win. I'm saying 2-1 England. I've changed 2-1 England because they have to. Based on that lineup and that squad, England have to win. England have to win. Sorry, what about I tripled there, man. I tripled there, man. All right. England. So, guys, man, join me on Twitch. Join me on Twitch. I'll be there at kickoff, man. Guys, peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Lareth Southgate, I dare you, bro. Or does Dritch say what's up? Mount.